everybody, welcome to my YouTube. I'm Jen. Today I am going to make a 12 by 12, it's on recycled cardboard creation for you using the Alice in Wonderland collection by Craftbox. It is a gorgeous collection that they recently released. I will link it below for you. I am part of their design team, so they did send these to me to make this for you, but I'm very happy and honored to do so. So here I'm going to go ahead and just cut out a bunch of different circles that I drew using the companion pad that came with the collection. It's a gorgeous paper pad that just has coordinating papers that go wonderfully with their creations. So all of the products that I use here are from Craftbox. These are the circles that I cut out from the companion pad. I will also put in a cutout from the 12 by 12 paper pad of Alice right here. I'm going to add a pop of color because although I love the colors, I just wanted it to be a little more whimsical. So here I am adding some white gesso to the background just to make it blend in a little bit more basically. And then I'm going to start adding color. So I found a couple acrylic inks that I thought worked really well with the color scheme that they had. I didn't like how it was going down on the paper and just being absorbed, so I'm going to add some clear gesso here. The gesso just basically primes the paper and makes it accept the inks and colors and watercolors and things like that a lot easier, so they don't just absorb straight in. I kind of want a little splatter effect that I just wasn't getting. So here I'm going to add these colors. These are just inks that I had in my stash. They're not from Craftbox, but I felt like they went along with the color scheme perfectly. I'm going to dry it just a little bit so that the splatter's not too much. Add a little bit of water. And I'm going to get out a little squeezy tool that is going to make these splatters splat a little bit more, for lack of a better word. As soon as I get a couple of these dried. So here we go. That's just going to give me the desired look that I'm going for. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm just going to use some black India ink. It's just normal ink that you would use in a fountain pen. I also have some white on there too. That was also from a fountain pen, just to try to get the colors, I don't know, just wondrous, Wonderland-ish. So I'm going to get that a little bit dried and splatted out for you. So now I'm going to add the circles back in here, arrange them in a nice crazy fashion, but it made sense. Very whimsical for sure. I just love these colors and these papers. I'm using foam tape on some of them and gel medium on others so that they have different dimension, and then this one I have double foam tape just because I wanted it to stick out, and then I thought maybe a little bit of ink on top just so that it blends in with the background. Not blends in, but looks cohesive with the background. So I have 3 different sizes of circles. I'm going to add those, and then I decided just to add a little bit of cheesecloth behind some of these circles to give it, I don't know, kind of a interesting effect, a Wonderland effect, so to speak. I'm just sticking that down with gel medium. I am going to foam tape Miss Alice over here in the corner. I will also add a little bit of white gesso behind her head, just because I felt like the yellow in her hair and the yellow in the background blended a little bit, so I wanted her to pop more than she was, so I got out a little bit of white gesso just to let her pop a little bit. It's just like a little wash you'll see there that I added off screen. So now I feel like she pops a little bit more and it kind of adds a hazy feel behind her head. I'm going to cover her with white or clear gesso because I love these colors, but the green in her dress is a little greener than the colors I've been using. I'm using like a blue-green. So I'm going to do a quick little wash over her to make her, I don't know, more cohesive with the color that I picked. I love the outcome. Although I love the colors before, I love it even more after because she kind of just goes along with that blue in the background. Same with the pink. I'm going to just add the pink so that her coloring matches everything that I'm putting on here. And then I do the same for some of the flowers over here, just to make them pop. And it will dry a little bit lighter than what it looks like. Creating these with the craft box was, or with the craft box Alice in Wonderland collection was so amazing. I love all of their products. Every time, I mean, they outdo themselves every single time. So now I'm just adding a little bit of highlights in here. Foam taping up the flower and Alice's dress a little bit because I felt like it was drooping a little bit. Only because I didn't put foam tape under there. And then I'm going to do a border, and I want to use that same blue that I used in the background, just a little more watered down, and also the same blue that I put on her dress. And I just let it flow, let it do its thing. I don't try to control it too much, but I do want to dry it before it gets too far down. And I do want the edges to be a little more darker than the rest of it, so I go back in with a stronger, less washed out version of it. And I needed more ink. I'm just drying it because I don't want the drips to get too far down, although that probably would have been pretty too. Here I'm just bumping up that flower a little bit because it was getting droopy. Then I decide to make this circle pop just a little bit more because I felt like the two colors that I picked, you couldn't really see the two blues, you couldn't really see the difference in the two. I just picked the wrong one. So I'm going to make these pop just a little bit more and add some splatters while I'm in there. And then I decided there's a couple more pieces that need a little bit of darkening. I'll just add that with my finger. And now I'm going to add Resin Roses that came in the complete Alice in Wonderland kit collection. I also get a craft box, a monthly craft box that, sorry about that, a monthly craft box that also was Alice in Wonderland themed, so a lot of these items also came in there. And I do pay for that, but it was amazing to be able to combine the products because they're doing like a scrapbook kit in addition to the monthly craft box kit. So, and the gorgeous flowers, the flowers are perfect. They match the coloring exactly, but I actually decide not to use them because I don't know, I just didn't. So I'm going to highlight her just a little bit, get some little white highlights with my white gel pen. Highlight the flowers. And then I get a black graphite pen or pencil and just highlight some of the dark parts in the flowers as well. I like to do this in my art journals, so I just decided to go ahead and do that here as well. Just a couple places that I want to pop. So then I decided that I wanted a quote. And I tried a couple different ways to write the quote. I put it on a piece of paper and tried to fit it on here, and I colored the background and made it all pink, and I ultimately decided that it was better just to be written directly on here. And you'll see what it says in a minute when we get there. It's no use going back to yesterday. I was a different person then. And here I just used a Posca pen. I will come back after the Posca pen is dried and do some white outlines on it. I really like this one, so we're going to get we're going to glue down the flowers. I already took off the other flowers, but the resin flowers look great. I did end up painting some of them white and left the red ones. And then I'm also going to add some clocks. The kits came with a bunch of gorgeous little charms that I'm going to add here, and here I'm still struggling with the flowers and if I should add them because they are perfect, they match perfectly, but ultimately I end up not going with them. I have some sequins, they're from Tonic, they're not from Craftbox, but I felt like the pink just matched perfectly, so I'm adding a few touches of that to the creation. And then I decide that I need some splashes. So here I'm going to do some white splashes and some black splashes. And then I got a couple splashes that were too big, too much water in my ink. So I got some on her hair, but I wasn't going to worry too much about that. So I just cleaned up a couple of those. And then we'll get out the white for some white splashes as well. And I did want them to be everywhere just to make it look more cohesive. And here I'm just going to outline my words a little bit just so they pop a little. And there you have it. That is my 12 by 12 Alice in Wonderland creation. I'm not sure what to call it, but let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. I have a giveaway coming soon. Thanks for watching.